Alright, so now that we have all of the parts done for the basic body pattern, I'm going to show you how to assemble it. So we're going to start off with the legs. So I have all the legs over here. You're going to need 4 legs. I'm going to put the eye parts to the side. One thing I want to point out for your animal, no matter if it's a pig or if it's going to be a different animal, this is the front because this is the clean part, it's the neat part compared to the back where this is where we finished off. So this is where the back is going to be, where your tail is going to be, etc. So we're going to always keep in mind that this is going to be the front where the face will be. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to sew on the legs. I've already put the yarn ends, the yarn tail ends, in the middle of the leg. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my yarn needle and I'm going to thread the yarn onto the needle. Okay. And then I'm going to take a look at where I want the legs to be. So for this pig, you can look at the pig for an example. So they're going to be kind of bunched up together, and that's fine. If it's a little crowded, that's okay. If you're making the pig, and even if you're not making the pig, this is the basic body, eye, and leg pattern. So they're all going to be like this. They're all going to be the same pattern. So you just kind of want to map out where you want your legs to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting one leg right here. And at this point, it kind of doesn't matter if it's all the way over here because your face isn't on yet. If your face were on, or your eyes were on, or your ears were on, then you'd have to relook at how you're putting them on. But at this point, you can put them wherever you want to because the legs are first. So I'm going to start by putting my first leg right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, and this will be a little bit challenging at first. If you want to use some straight pins, you can, to kind of hold it in place while you do this. But if you just want to freehand it like I'm doing, that's fine too. So I'm going to go in through this stitch, and I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to pull on my needle and my yarn, and then I'm going to go in and out underneath this stitch and out and pull through. And I'm going to do the same thing again, so I'm going to go underneath a stitch, come out, and then I'm going to go underneath the next stitch and come out, and the same thing over and over and over again. So I'll do a few stitches with you for this leg, and then I will let you finish off on your own. And you can always watch this part over and over and over again until you feel comfortable with doing it. So under, pull through, go underneath, grab the stitch, pull through, okay, and you're just going to keep on doing this. So we're going to go under, pull through, under, grab grab a stitch, pull out, and before you close your leg completely, you're going to want to stuff it. So I will show you how to do that. So I will meet you back in a couple of stitches, so about 2 or 3 stitches, and then I will show you what to do. Alright, so I am now at the point where I can stuff my leg. I'm just grabbing some polyfill, and I'm just going to grab a small amount to start off with, like maybe about this much, and I'm just going to stuff it in. You can stuff it as little or as much as you want. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to leave mine about that full, and then I'm going to continue to close the gap. So I'm going underneath the stitches you saw, and then I'm going to find the stitch, go underneath, and pull out. And then go underneath the stitch and go underneath that stitch. You can shape it as you go. And then underneath here, and then underneath this stitch, and pull it out. Okay, and then one more, you're going to go underneath this stitch, and then you're going to find that stitch right here, then you're going to pull through, and then that is your leg attached. And then what you want to do is you kind of just want to find a stitch that you can just kind of go through and then knot off. And then I'm going to put my needle through that loop, and then I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to just weave this in and out of the body, and then again making little knots wherever I see fit. But you do not have to do this step if you don't want to. If you just want to knot off once and then just pull the yarn straight through the body, or knot off a few times and then pull the yarn through the body and then finish off, you can do that if you feel comfortable with that. So I'm just going to knot this last one off. And then I'm just going to take this and bring it somewhere through the body. Pull it through. And then if that happens where it kind of pulls it in, you can always just go like this and kind of take the needle and pull it back out. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to pull my yarn pretty tight, and then I'm going to snip it. Again, the benefit of pulling the yarn tight and then snipping it is that when you let it go, it kind of just goes right back into the body. So I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to show you how to do another one right here, and then I will leave you to finish the last two, and then I will show you how to put the eyes on. Alright, so I'm going to put this leg right about here. Alright, you can space it out a little bit if you want to, it's up to you. So I am going to take my needle and go through this stitch and bring it out through this stitch. And then I'm going to go under this stitch and then go under this single crochet and then to pull it through. And then go under this stitch and then go underneath that single crochet. I'll do a few more with you because I know some of you guys are probably going to get scared coming through this section, so I'll help you through there, and then after that I will meet you back. So I'm going to go through this stitch here, and then I'm going to find that single crochet that I want to go through, which is this one right here. And then I'm going to go through this stitch right here. And with this type of crochet work where it's really close together, you're going to get times where you go through a stitch that has already been gone through with another part of the pattern. So it's okay. Then you're going to go through a single crochet and then you're going to pull that tight. So I'm going to do a few more stitches and then I will meet you back, and then I will leave you to put the other 2 legs on, and then we'll go from there. So I will see you back in a few stitches to show you how to finish this. Alright, so I am back and I'm going to stuff the leg now. So again, I'm going to take some stuffing and stuff the leg. You can always feel the leg that you did before to see how full it was, and if you're too full or you need a little bit more stuffing. So now it's the same thing as with the other leg that we did. You're just going to go through a stitch and then find that single crochet that you want to go through. And then you want to go through another stitch. And then go through another single crochet. And then same thing again. And then we're going to go here and then go through this stitch. And go through here and go through this stitch. And then I'm going to go through this part here and go underneath that stitch, and then I'm going to go underneath it again, and then I'm going to pull the needle through the loop, and then tighten it, and then I'm just going to go through the body a few times like I did with the other leg and knot off at a few places just like I did with the other leg. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tighten my yarn a little bit and then I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to put on the last 2 legs, and that when you're put on the last 2 legs, you can just put them directly underneath each other and they're fine. So I'm going to put on the last 2 and then I'll meet you back here. Alright, so I have finished the legs, and as you can see, they're about even. So this is the front, and then this is the back, as you can see. And then now I'm going to show you how to do the eyes. So we're going to start with the white. Okay. And you're going to have a little tail from where you did your magic circle. So what you want to do is just weave it in with your yarn needle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, we're just burying it in the stitches. Okay, so now just want to cut it. So we're going to want to keep our little pig in sight so that we can see it. So we're just gonna kind of estimate where the eyes would go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put one eye right about here. So basically, over the rows 3 through 5. Okay? So rows 3 through 5 is where your eye is going to go onto. So you're just going to go underneath the stitch and then go through as one of the single crochets. And then go out that way from another single crochet, and then go underneath a stitch, and then come out from the pink part, and then you're going to want to go in on this stitch. Okay. And then go out this stitch. And then go underneath one of the stitches. And then find that single crochet and go out towards you, and then find another single crochet and go out from you, if that makes sense. And then you're just going to keep on doing this around the white part of the eye. And now I'm just going to go back through that last stitch to knot it off. Okay. And then I'm just gonna carry it through here and out of the body. And then if you look and you feel like this part of the white of the eye isn't put where you want to, you can go back to those stitches and you can kind of just sew them down. Okay. All right. So that is one white of the eye done. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to put the black on right after I weave this in and out of the body. So I will be right back. Alright, so I put the other white eye on, and it is a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. That just helps make it cuter. So I'm going to show you how to put the black on now to finish up the basic body pattern of the pig or any animal that you desire. So for the black part of the eye, it's again going to have this tail, so you just want to weave this in. Alright, so for the eye, what you want to do is you just kind of want to put it down closer to the bottom of the white. Like you see here on the pig, the black is closer to the bottom. So that's what you want to do. You just want to position it over the white so that most of the white is showing at the top. And then you just kind of want to go in the stitch and try to come out through a white stitch and through a black stitch for this part. Okay, and then go through this black stitch, but you don't want to go all the way through the white. What you may want to do is just kind of go underneath some of the stitches. And then just pull it through. And then go back through the black and go again through the black and then pick up some of the white, so going under some of the white stitching. Alright, there we go. So just bring that through, and then you want to find another black stitch to kind of go through. And then go back through the black and then grab some white and then pull it through, and then go back through the black. So that kind of just ties all together. And then what you want to do is just kind of go back and forth through the body. But you want to make sure that when you're going through the body that you don't go through do your best to not go through a stitch that's going to show the black. If it happens by accident, it happens by accident. But if you can help it, don't go through a stitch that it will show the black. So what I mean by that is go through, like you see here, like see this opening right here? You'd want to go through that and then maybe come out through here and then go back through there to another stitch or to another space, if that makes sense. And then you can always stop here at the belly, pull the yarn tight, and finish off. So I will be right back to show you my finished product, and then I will close out the video. Alright guys, so that is it for the basic body pattern, and as you can see, it's really cute and it's pretty easy, a little bit tricky when it comes to the legs, but we got through it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2, which is also the part where I show you how to make the piggy out of the basic body shape. So stay tuned for that. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what animal you would like to see me try next. Alright, talk to you guys soon. Bye.